Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to a Company of Heroes 2 Shoutcast. This is an exciting game I have been given to understand between Once Over and Barton, both incredibly good players, both playing as the new Western Front armies, the Oberkommando West, or the Oberkommando der Wehrmacht, or whatever is the actual name of a thing in real life. That's what Rogers calls them in his Shoutcasts. Relic has named them the Oberkommando West, though, so that's what we will call them. And the United States, which comes with a much nicer looking base than anybody has ever had, or ever will have, probably, in Company of Heroes. The machine guns are integrated quite well, whereas with other people, they're just like, let's just stick some things. Although that's not to disparage the Oberkommando. Uh-oh, is Barton gonna do some bullshit with the truck? He's gonna smash the building. So that as of this recording, this was supposed to be patched today. Relic was like, "Whoops, just kidding. We are gonna patch it tomorrow." So hopefully by the time you see this, this truck crush bullshit will be fixed. We also have armor company. Whoa, fuck! It destroys the house. So that's what Barton's doing. He's just crushing. So he's being a gentleman. He's saying, "Look, I could be using this to fuck over infantry, but I will simply take out my rage on these unoccupied houses." And we have some nice little razor wire going up tonight, and some tank traps which provide green cover, which I did not know. So you can use your rear echelon troops to set up green cover wherever you want. You might be using this to hold this point, might be using this to... doesn't look like he's using it to block any enemy troop movement. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just the worst ride. He's so drunk. Ugh. I'm going to drive the truck. Hello, everybody. I'm driving the truck. Where am I going? I'm going to drive to the. Oh, it's a house. Hello, house. I'm going to drive into the house. Hello. But it looks like Barton has given up the bullshit. So good to see that he is not being a dipshit. And he's even hitting these little crates or whatever they are. I don't know. Actually, it looks like rebels. So two folks right here should not have trouble fighting off these riflemen. Oh, he's gonna crush the rat. No, he's just gonna. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably gonna crush this house. Barton hates houses. Fuck you, house. It just looks so funny. It just drives into it. Oh my god. If this were Men of War, it would be sort of like actually physically like happening. Like you can drive into houses and that and like knock out actual walls and do actual physical stuff. In Company of Heroes, it's all just a health bar. It's not quite just a health bar. If you like smash the side of a building like this, where there previously wasn't a window, so let's say, well, we should probably watch this. I don't know. So let's say there's like, well, there's 3 windows. Hold on. We should watch this fight first. Kubelwagen. Still going to take damage from these guys, but it is at a bit of a range, so it's not going to take... The thing is, the Kubelwagen just has no health, so there's a tip, you know, you ever want to kill a Kubelwagen, just shoot it with literally anything, and it won't be long before it gets fucked up. Obviously, it's a little tough because they'll suppress you when you try, but that's a tip. And even rear echelon troops can do damage to it. So if you're ever in a building... Is there still fighting going on? Not really. Oh, and this is a detonation thing, so that's exciting. He's laid. That's a really good thing, because, well, yeah, because when people are trying to go into this house, he can catch them and get a whole squad as it's bunching up around the door. Okay, so I'll stop looking for a building to illustrate what I'm trying to say. If there's ever a side of the building that doesn't have a lot of windows, and you smash into it, or doesn't have any windows, and you smash into it with a truck, that'll open up a hole that people can fire out of. So there's a building on Samoa, or at least in Company of Heroes 1, there's a building in Samoa where this was important. I think on Samoski it's sort of the same thing. But just keep that in mind. Lieutenants, pretty good versus infantry, and I think they're going to win this fight at this range, except that guy wasn't behind cover, I suppose. So now they're definitely going to lose. Look at all these infantry. So, Barton holding up pretty well versus the United States, doing really good keeping them off of his territory. Unfortunately for him, the United States did better job capping the map sort of before the fighting started in earnest. So the United States still coming out ahead despite being pushed off the map by this. And Barton does have to blob his infantry like this to have any hope of fighting off the United States when they return for their cutoff. And it makes sense that he's blobbing his infantry around here because defending this cutoff is going to deny his opponent quite a bit of resources. Of course, the downside is that Barton's not going to be able to capture much of the map back, but I think that's a thing he's willing to give up. Meanwhile, the United States just licking its wounds. Look at that. Oh, shit. Look at the health on this squad. They're going to get fucked if they fight anybody. These two guys are synchronized animations. But that's really unfortunate. So, yeah, he's buying an ambulance right now. One thing I don't know if I don't like. It's one thing that annoys me is it seems like all the United States stuff takes like forever to build. Except there's no... You can't tell how long things take to build. I swear at one point, either in Company Heroes or Company Heroes 2, it must have been in Company Heroes because I can't imagine they take it out. I swear at one point there was a way to find out how long things took to build. Now I gotta fucking guess, which is like you have to guess like a heathen. So unfortunately for Barton, all this camping around the cutoff, all this getting ready for the enemy infantry to show up and push them back, all this important preparation he's done is just fucked because this AA half-track comes out. And the United States did a very good job making use of the time it was pushed off the map. He did two very smart things. He bought the ambulance, so he spent the time to get that, which is something he's going to need to keep his infantry in tip-top fighting shape, and more importantly, he teched to this AA half-track, which is letting him take back the cutoff. And so Barton did sort of know, or at least sort of predict, that he was going to see some armor, because he got that Panzerschreck folk squad in the church, and in fact that's really what kept things from going really badly for him, because if that Shrek squad hadn't been there and this thing hadn't had to withdraw, it could have just kept going, it could have killed the Kubelwagen no problem, it could have destroyed all these infantry, and Barton must have been building this for Kettenwerfer before he saw the thing also, so that's good prediction from him. That or he built it almost immediately. I think he must have been building it earlier. Because he's actually floating a fair amount of manpower and fuel, so we'll have to see what Barton decides to tech up to soon. Kettenwerfer goes into the church, very powerful, except it's going to get flamed to fuck if he's not careful. Here's the Kubelwagen, which is also going to get destroyed if he's not careful. This was maybe not perfect micro, it wasn't facing perfectly great, but this is just such a tempting target that he's able to sort of get some damage in on the engineers after they ought to have left. So these vehicle crew hopped out of this thing. They must have hopped out of the AA half-track and then it was recrewed by something else, because that's the only place this vehicle crew could have come from. They couldn't have come from the ambulance, because if you hop the ambulance people out, they're medics, not vehicle crew. So that's a tip. So still, I don't know why I'm saying still. So fairly... like, it's a mixture of static battle lines in terms of the combat and dynamic battle lines in terms of what's being capped. The United States and Barton are fighting it out sort of in the south and in the north. Barton's been pushed off in the north, and it looks like... oh, nice grenade. To hold this cutoff for a bit longer. So the United States needs to group up a little bit, and now we have an M20. Interesting choice by the United States going for this M20 utility car. Once you've tipped your hand, here's the thing. Look at the fuel costs for the M20 and the AA half-track. The M20 is 20 fuel, and the half-track is 55. I actually thought it was more fuel than that, but it's 55. So you can get an M20 much, much earlier than the half-track. And if you're going to rush a light vehicle to surprise the enemy infantry, I think it's worth thinking about the M20, because the M20 is actually pretty great. I don't know. People seem to love this AA half-track because it's fucking amazing, but I don't know. I think it overshadows its little brother, and I think unjustly. Its little brother is very good, especially because you get it out that much earlier. But of course, the United States didn't get it out much earlier once over rushed to the AA half-track. And then at that point, back-teching, I mean, it's not back-teching, just back sort of building to the M20, kind of an interesting choice. Like, if you want that mobility, right, you want half-tracks driving around the map shooting people, then it makes sense, right? You don't want to get another AA half-track. That's another 55 fuel down the drain. That's going to delay your teching even more. So the M20 is nice, and maybe, I doubt it, but maybe he bought it because he wanted the bazooka crew who comes with it, so he could have a bit of anti-tank if a tank or a light vehicle shows up. Barton did just dump all his fuel into something, and it's a Jagdpanzer, yikes. So Barton kind of, I don't know if we call it overreacting. Oh, we should go through Barton's doctrine because he's got one of the weird ones he must have unlocked through playing. That's an interesting choice from Barton going for that Jagdpanzer, but let's keep talking about the M20 for now. So if once over wants light vehicles, oh, destroys the building, almost takes out a squad. That was nuts. Well, Barton's like, what? That was Chekhov's explosive right there. Like Chekhov's gun, not Chekhov from Star Trek. I'm surprised this Kubelwagen isn't, like, completely destroyed yet. Oh, wait, no, it's Veteran Sea Star Wars. Wait, I don't know. Why is it not dead yet? These guys, this LMG should be doing huge damage. Yeah, now it's fucked. Get out. Get fucked. Get fucked. Oh, that guy was sort of he was hanging his arm over the thing. Wow, so this is a pretty crazy game so far. So, I don't know what the M20, honestly, he's swapped out the crew for the bazooka crew. Where's the... I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's got the bazooka crew. Of course he's got the bazooka crew out. They just killed the Kubelwagen. So yeah, I'm really confused about what the M20 was for. I guess the idea was to send it to one of the flanks, along with the AA half-track, maybe to one of the other flanks. That's the only reason I can imagine dumping so much. We'll talk about these grenades in a sec. Dumping so much fuel. I mean, 20 fuel's not a ton, but it is a lot once you've already detected the thing. Dumping so much fuel into these vehicles. It's because he wants to hold the north and or the south, which is sensible. But I'm still questioning it, because you can just do it with infantry. You can just walk. So I think you need to have a pretty good reason to tech to the M20 once you've got the AA half-track. And you've tipped your hat that you're going light armor. And Barton knows that he needs to kill the light armor, so he's got this Fox Reduce, he's got the Raketten River, he's got the Jagdpanzer now, so the light armor is going to be much, much less useful, I think, for the United States at this point, and so I'm questioning that decision for the M20. But still, he's making good use of it. It's up here, and it was chasing these Fox Raiders off, so the nice thing about all the United States... Oh, we'll talk about these grenades in a second. The nice thing about the United States vehicles is that they can all capture points, right? You show up to a point, you get the crewmen out of the point, and they'll capture it. That's just really handy. It's risky if somebody shows up and kills the crewman, you're, like, triple fucked, but... Barton might lose this squad. Double vet Volksgrenadier Shrek squad goes down, and Barton is now a bit... unfortunate, he's still got another Shrek squad with triple vet, so that's okay. But Barton is really getting out-capped here. The United States infantry is going all over the map. Barton has really been concentrating in the middle and a bit on the north. And, okay, he went south a bit too, if we're honest. This could get ugly. So now the United States knows there's a Jagdpanzer here. So he's just getting out. That's a good move. And the United States is going to have real difficulties killing the Jagdpanzer. So Shreks do good damage. Bazookas do good damage. That one actually didn't. That one bounced off. In theory... we'll talk about these grenades in a sec. In theory... What was this thing? Was I gonna say in theory bazookas are good versus the Jagdpanzer? I don't think that's what I was gonna say, but it's a thing I can say. In theory, bazookas are good against... Yeah, that just feels wrong in my mouth. I had something going. I don't know. But yeah, you can use bazookas. We'll talk about these grenades in a second. You can use bazookas to kill a Jagdpanzer without too much trouble, just because it's slow as fuck and it can't do anything versus infantry. But obviously it's better to have something heavier than that, so we'll have to see with the United States what's once over. Once over is not doing anything for AA, it looks like. What is this happening? What is this? Oh, he's laying mines from the M6. Oh, those are mines. Oh, is the Jagdpanzer gonna hit the mine? He must have laid mines here earlier with his half-track. That's a clever thing to do. I like the explosives used here, but look at this map control. It's tilting slightly back in favor of Barton, but we have a squad up here of riflemen who are fighting, and they've pushed off these Sturm Pioneers, so really great job by both players contesting all over the map. Barton, as you see, is now maybe moving south or maybe heading straight to the cutoff, but at least very good for the United States player going up north, and he's already got the south, and so Barton's having to claw his way back in terms of map control, which is unfortunate for the Oberkommando West, because they need as much map control as they can, because they get less things. So now we see like a vehicle crew squad with double vet facing off against the Jagdpanzer from the front and doing, I mean, not tremendous damage, but they can do this all day. They're never going to die. Corporal Shepard, one of the strategy specialists over at gr.org, fuck, not gr.org, companyheroes2.org, coh2.org, your #1 fan site for all the Company Heroes bullshit on the internet, pointed out that I was wrong to think that the vehicle crew get Vet 3 from the elite crew upgrade. It's actually that their veterancy requirement is lower than your mother's moral standards, so they just get vet 3 for any old bullshit. They show up to work and they make some coffee, and they're like, oh, you get vet 1 for making the coffee, and they're like, okay, I mean, I was gonna drink the coffee too, it wasn't anything special, and they're like, nope, that's vet 1, and then they put sugar in the coffee, and it's like, oh, you get vet 2, and then they're like, well, what, am I gonna get vet 3 if I put cream in the coffee? And they're like, yes, you will, so they're like, okay, I guess I'll put cream in the coffee, even though cream and sugar is like, oh, overkill. I don't drink cream or sugar in my coffee, I just drink it black, like my men.
75mm howitzer standing by for orders.
Poor Fox Radiators. Well, they have vet 4, so maybe they'll be able to hold up, but, yeah, now there's double Fox Radiators. So, yeah, and plus, what's his face? Once Over realizes he doesn't need to take this fight, right? What he wants is to hold as much of this point, as much of the north as possible. He's not going to take this point. He'd have to run past the Fox Radiators or kill them all. Oh, this is explosives coming in from the... I didn't click on it. Where is it? From this thing. From the little tiny, adorable infantry support point. Also, I promised to talk about grenades a while ago, so we'll talk about that. But anyways, once Over realizes that he's only got to hold as much as possible, and so it's a really good choice, I think, sticking this lieutenant in here and sticking these riflemen behind this rapidly evaporating green cover. Oh, meanwhile, big fucking fight in the middle, except not really. It's just some people with bazookas going forward and see if they can tech the thing. The Jagdpanzer has been repaired by Barton's truck? No, by Sturm Pioneers. But what's going on? Explosions! 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 Excitement! Explosions! Does the U.S. have... The U.S. does have artillery. That's what I was coming in. The pack howitzer is firing into the center. He's playing a dangerous game with his AA half-track, which only has 2 kills! 2 kills. This thing, he quick tech to it, remember. He bought some infantry and then straight to the AA half-track. And it's only got 2 kills. Jagdpanzer has 0 kills. This has been a brutal infantry game with vehicles pretending like they're helping, but not actually. And this AT gun has a kill. Infantry, but it's got to get out because the mortar's firing. And Barton doing a good job clawing forward. I mean, he does have a Jagdpanzer, so you got to expect that he'll be doing a good job clawing forward. But he's paying for it with map control. Actually, no, he won that fight up north with the Volksgrenadiers. I can tell from the mini map. And we have oof, this pack howitzer is really doing a number on the church. This could get ugly. I would worry. Barton gets out of the church. That was probably a good choice. Except not a good choice. Everybody's dead now. Some of everybody is dead. Not everybody. Not literally everybody. Was that a fuck? Barton is taking losses. He's still got a ton of infantry squads, though, so it's just that Rakettenwerfer that got itself killed. How's the teeny tiny mortar going? This thing's adorable, by the way. Look at that little tiny gun. Like a dick. So, man, how long has this lieutenant squad been up here? The entire time? It's just been a pain in Barton's fucking ass, which is why he's gonna wipe the squad! Maybe. Yes. Yeah, no question. And he was mortaring it the whole time, too. So, nice from Barton there. Not sure why we retreated this 2-man squad, except I guess he wants to shore up the middle a bit, and he figured this 5-man squad will take this point, and he'll not be able to take anything else. M20 still doing marauding. It's got 5 kills, so it's got probably more kills than the AA thing. Oh, just kidding. Well, I was going to say then the AA and the Jagdpanzer combined, and yes, it does, because the Jagdpanzer is still at 0. But it's been doing quite a bit for Barton despite being at 0, because it's been holding the Allied armor back. Will it be able to continue to hold the Allied armor back now that there's a Bulldozer Sherman? And I swear I also saw Wolverine built thing show up on them. No, I didn't. So no Wolverine. Do Wolverines even exist? They're called Jacksons or whatever the fuck. Oh yeah, no, Wolverines do exist. M10 Wolverine, that's a call-in. Maybe he called one in and it died. No, it couldn't have died. I wouldn't have noticed. Vet 5 Volksgrenadiers. Yikes. Just for 12 kills, too. So this is a huge assault, by the way. If you notice, Jesus! Sturm Pioneers. Oh, fuck! Sturm Pioneers wiped out by... I thought the Bulldozer Sherman killed most of them, but it's got 1 infantry kill. Man, low kill counts for the vehicles this match. This is dangerous. There's a Jagdpanzer up here. Is it gonna shoot the thing? What the fuck is going on? That was a... What? It's got a vehicle. Was it? I thought I saw a thing go from here to here. Does this have a vehicle kill? No. It must have been the Jagdpanzer. Somehow the Jagdpanzer... What the fuck is even going on? Somehow the Jagdpanzer killed that AA thing. He throws away his M20 squad. I told you bazookas can do some stuff to these guys. These guys are going to get fucked, even though they've got the Tommy guns from the elite thing. I have not yet forgotten to talk about the grenades or Barton's doctrine, but there's just so much shit going on. What is this M20 doing? Trying to provide some support, but what is he going to get? Did he call in artillery here? No, I don't think so. It would be on... There's big booms, but it must be Barton's mortar firing. What the fuck? This thing has been... The pack howitzer is firing over here, so that's not what's hitting up in the north by the Jagdpanzer. No, the AT gun. That was what's doing some damage to the Jagdpanzer. But Barton has handily won that fight, as the United States player ought to have realized he was doing. Utility car must have been hit once by the Jagdpanzer or something. These mines are not still here. But these mines are... Wow. Oof. Let's take a... Who came out on top in that engagement? Barton got an AA half-track. He got a squad of... Did he get the captain? No, he didn't get the captain. He got a squad of the vehicle crew with the bazookas. He lost a Stern Pioneer squad here. And... it seems like he probably lost some other infantry too. I think maybe a Volkswagen squad. It's tough to know. But Barton being pushed back. He's got some infantry still alive. He's got his adorable little infantry support gun, which is only got 3 kills, and that's the cool thing. And but it's looking fairly good. Oh shit! Are you gonna stay around? Is that really a good idea for you to do today, right now? No, it's not. So you leave. And he's still got his Jagdpanzer, which is on hold fire because it's cloaked, because it's got regular movement. No, just kidding. He's got to turn it off for us to know what it's called. Whatever. We've got artillery coming in! We've got artillery coming in! This is the big fucking United States artillery. It's going to do a huge amount of explosions. I don't know if it'll do any damage. Boom! It doesn't do anything. It's a good thing Barton moved. It's called cautious movement. It lets you cloak. We'll talk about that tooltip in a sec, because that confused the fuck out of me. The AT gun is pounding away at the Jagdpanzer. It's reversing. It's going to hit! This just kills the medics. There's actually one still alive, so not a huge deal. And he's got the repairy people. Interesting, Barton clustering all his things around here. He's making a stand in the middle, which makes sense, but it is artillery bait, and here comes the next shell! Boom! Nothing happens. It's a really impressive explosion, though. We got to admit that. Bulldozer Sherman has got 6 kills, which is, I guess, acceptable, but would have liked to see more, considering how often it's been in the fight, I feel. And here comes another shell! It's gonna come in, and it's all the way over here, even though the artillery was called in over here. So I don't know. Man, vehicle crew. Able to fight with Tommy guns and the Vet 3, and now it kills the Raket, or the 7.5 Kumlig 18. I don't know what it's called. I watched an Imperial Dane shoutcast, which was a mistake, but he knew how to pronounce the name of this thing, so you can go look that up. It was before Western Front came out, but he cast it anyways. Barton and grenades and doctrine. I might not have another lull in the fighting to talk about this. So radio silence. All units are hidden on an enemy minimap. That's a really weird ability, I think. We'll talk about that in a sec. Infiltration tactics. Once you're out of combat for a while, you can throw a bunch of fucking grenades. Exciting. Obersoldatens, tier 4 infantry, can be upgraded with STG-44s with infrared scopes. Powerful at long range. Sweet laser guns. Artillery flares. Don't do shit. And Panzerkampfwagen 5 command tank. The elite Panther can be deployed to the battlefield, improving the sight and movement of vehicles. As if anyone gives a shit about sight and movement. We want guns. Better guns. I heard someone say, I was watching Cataclaw's stream, I think, and on hitbox.tv, and I heard someone say, you can also find a link at coh2.org. I heard someone say that the Panther command tank improves armor, but either they were wrong or the tooltip's wrong. Speaking of tooltips being wrong, well, I can't talk about this yet because the tooltip's not wrong yet, but once the thing, it's gonna fuck up this tank, I think, if it doesn't get killed by the AT gun. It's not fucking up the tank at all. These guys are just chewing up folks radios, yikes, and I don't know what the Jagdpanzer is shooting at, but it's not anything productive because it hasn't killed the Sherman, and now it's got to move back. And what is this thing above the thing? I want someone to tell me, is that a marked target on the AT gun? I've seen that in some fights. I gotta switch over to once over. Captain, take aim. Wait. Nope. Fire armor piercing sabot shells. No. Here comes a command tank, by the way. Oh god, this is just a nuts. This game is nuts. Are these command? It's gonna get out. trying to hunt down the Sherman. I guess this must have taken a hit from an AT gun as it was going. I can't imagine the Sherman fucked it up too badly. Although the Sherman bulldozer does appear to be surprisingly good at killing other tanks. I mean, it's not like great at it. I just mean it's how good it is surprising. Not that it's good. It's acceptable, which is surprising to me because it's an anti-infantry tank. And still, wonderful job by the United States probing with his infantry. I don't think Volksradiers scale very well into the late game. Even Vet fucking 5 doesn't appear to be... I mean, they're doing a good job, like, no question about that, but Barton's really being pushed onto the back foot, and I feel like if he had riflemen instead of Volksradiers, these fights would be doing a lot better. So I guess maybe the lesson is that's bullshit. Maybe the lesson is you just eventually have to move up to Obersoldaten, or go to the Fallschirmjäger Doctrine or something like that. Careful with these mines. You don't want to get too close to them. Barton here pushing forward with his brand new squad of Volksradiers. 0 kills, 0 vet. We got vet 2 on the pack howitzer. It's got 15 kills. Impressive. So this radio silence is a really... Well, actually, no. Let's talk about the fucked up tooltip first. Look at the Jagdpanzer cautious movement thing, which all the... Well, not all, but many of the Oberkommando West... Oberkommand, whatever. Many of the... Oh, that was a painful artillery. Many of their things have this ability. Jagdpanzer is more cautious when moving, allowing it to maneuver without being detected at medium distances. Okay. So it can move without cloaking. Toggle ability. Slower movement speed makes the tank harder to detect. Harder to detect. What does that mean? It means it's half cloaked? There's no harder or easier to detect in Company Heroes 2. You're either detected or you're not detected. So yeah, it actually does mean cloak, but I was confused as fuck about that tooltip when I first read it. Like, harder to detect? What? Does it mean they can, like, see it sometime? No, it just means it's cloaked. Until somebody gets close to it, or something. Presumably until somebody gets medium close to it. This guy's repairing from inside the tank. That's elite German tactics. Special tactics. What's the tiny little thing shooting at? It's shooting at nothing, actually, but he doesn't know. What? Okay, what's that captain ability? Supervise near me. I don't know. There's fucking icons that I don't understand yet. Somebody needs to explain what this icon is. Okay, because I don't know what that is. Does it mean Zeus doesn't like these people because there's lightning over their heads? Explain what the little crosshair over the Jagdpanzer a long time ago was. Explain those to me, people who know more than me. I want to know what those are. So let's go to this thing while the bulldozer Sherman does its bulldozer bullshit. Barton also clawing his way back onto the map. Oh, that was probably a hit from the tiny winger schnitzel, I'm assuming. This is a really weird ability. Radio silence. When activated, all units are hidden on the enemy minimap. What I assume that does is what it says. You honestly can't trust tooltips in this fucking game, but I'm assuming that's a pretty straightforward tooltip and it does what it says. You click this button and for 25 munitions, your opponent's minimap doesn't have any red dots. And that's a super weird ability, right? Because it doesn't mean that they can't actually see your units. They can just look, and if you're revealed in the fog of war, then they'll see the unit. And if you're not revealed in the fog of war, they won't see the unit. The only thing that shows on the minimap is stuff you could see normally. So they could see it normally if they just keep scrolling around the map and they're careful. But what it does is it limits their ability to it removes one of the crutches. It removes the minimap crutch and presumably the tactical map crutch also. It's got to fuck that up, otherwise what the hell? Did he just kill? Oh no, he just killed the building, which is not very exciting. So like, it's sort of, you don't often see that in real-time strategy games. I don't even know what to... Well, let's not watch down there. The Jagdpanzer's not going to kill any infantry, so we'll watch this fight. And... What the fuck is that? It's a thing. Tell me. Okay, it looks like it's a good thing for the No, maybe it's marked target. Does once over have any... No, I don't... I think it's a good thing. Maybe that's the focus fire? Maybe it's just the whole... No, he doesn't have any... I don't know! God, what is it? Tell me. I like the artillery coming in, by the way. It's gonna get itself killed, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. What is even happening? What's going on up here? He's fucking up this... Oh, whoa, they got out to repair. That's a dangerous game right there. They're gonna get owned up. No, maybe not. Oh, they don't have time to go. Oh, the fuck, they just steal it. Ah, so long, suckers. Adios, sayonara, get bent. So not a lot of real-time strategy games have abilities like this, where they remove one of the crutches in the UI that you normally help people. Like, that's a strange thing for a real-time strategy game to do. Like, I can't think of another strategy game that has done that. Another multiplayer strategy game that has done that recently, or at all, really. If you can think of any, post them in the comments, because I'm interested. We've got artillery duels here. But like first-person shooters sometimes do this in other games. So like a first-person shooter like a Red Orchestra or Insurgency or something, they'll take away your ammo counter to make it more realistic or something. But I mean, even then, it's sort of like, it's a level playing field. Nobody's got an ammo counter. What the? Oh, that's the retreat point thing. Somebody told me that this, well, multiple people, because everyone, what's the fucking lightning bolt, by the way? People told me that when the major sets up a retreat point, that's where the radio comes from. So that. Now you know. Now you know. Vet 3 on this AT gun. What does that give it? Extensive target practice increases the team fire rate and targeting, resulting in more penetrating hits. Ooh, that was a nice shot. Enables the... So, I think this is broken. Somebody was posting on coh2.org that some of the vet is broken on some of the units. I think it was this double shots per salvo thing on the infantry gun. I think maybe the Rakettenwerfer also maybe has a double shot thing that's broken, or maybe it's not broken, but it doesn't do what it says. I don't know, that's what I heard. Barton is now upgrading the side skirts on the M20. Apparently, because Once Over did not do that, so Barton's like, what, you give me this shitty tank? Come on. Okay, but here's a Jackson, so Panther's gonna have to be really worried. Oh, there's mines here too. Careful. Look at this tree. Careful, this Panther's gonna get fucked. I'm gonna predict. It's gonna get fucked. It's fucked. That's dead. We'll look up there later to see how it's doing. Meanwhile, M20 dueling with its former comrades, and I think it might... Well, it's doing pretty well. The Panther's fucked. Bye, Panther. Medium tank was destroyed. Was destroyed. German... What do you say? German on the gate? Something like that? I want to know Bill Gate? So that... It seems when the Jagdpanzer stops moving and begins to fire, it gets the little icon of it, but maybe that was Barton activating the movement. Oh, that would have been bad. Oh no, they're dead, and they dropped their... But that's really bad. Barton needs to pick up that bazooka, I think. But he doesn't want to do it with the Sturm Pioneers, perhaps, because they're close-in fighters. Well, actually, I don't think it'd be a bad... Well, yeah. You want the Sturm Pioneers to be able to move up close and to assault somebody, and so giving them a bazooka is really going to reduce their ability to do that. And they're also going to always be on the front lines and taking damage, so... potentially they'll be losing the bazooka. Yeah, he'll use his brand new Volkswagens to do that. What a back and forth crazy fucking game so far. Jesus, 18 kills on the pack howitzer before it's finally decrewed by... Boom! Nice shot from the piddly little dick gun with its own 11 kills. That having been decrewed a while ago, but he's gonna have to pull out of here, I suspect, if he... No, yeah, he doesn't want to... Another shot, I think, from the piddly little dick howitzer comes in on this, or maybe that was the Shrek. I don't know, he's trying to kill it. Yeah, nice shots, but he should maybe think about... This one's got it too! Radio net. Fuck. What the dip? Radio net. What is that? Drive backwards. Radio net. The unit is coordinating fire with nearby allied armor, increasing their output and line of sight. Is this doing that? No. What nearby allied armor are you coordinating with? Are you coordinating with the Jackson, but the Jackson doesn't get something? Why? What happens? Tell me. Is that a doctrine? That's not a doctrine thing. I don't understand. This is what happens when you don't know... Oh, Barton took the AT gun, but now he doesn't have it. This is what happens when you don't know video games. Oh, that was painful. This is so bloody. Barton has clawed his way back onto this thing, and he's fucked up the United States infantry. What's that? Oh, big artillery coming in, but Barton's already moved out. So he's fucked up the United States infantry. Look, all the riflemen are dead. All the riflemen are dead. The lieutenant is dead. All we have is a captain, a Tommy gun little bullshit squad, and the major, who's not tremendous at fighting. I was fighting with the major the other day. He's got, I think they've got like M1 carbines or something. Yeah, they got M1 carbines, which is not so great, but I mean, they can fight. And then he's got a lot of vehicles, so he's got a Sherman. Oh, the Sherman and bulldozer. Okay, maybe the Sherman was coordinating with the Sherman. What the fuck? Ah! He just killed his own squad with artillery. That was his last. Well, that wasn't his last. That was his second to last vehicle crew. They just got fucking wiped out by this artillery that he called in on Barton in the middle point, and he just fucked up his own bulldozer Sherman. This is literally the worst artillery call-in I've ever seen in the entire history of shoutcasting the Western Front expansion in Company Heroes 2. He's killed his own squad and he fucked up his tank. And he killed literally nothing of Barton's. Didn't even kill the AT gun, which Barton is potentially going to steal. And this is, although he grabbed himself over Kettenwerfer, it looks like, yeah. Wow, what a nuts game. So if Barton takes this... Oh, I was about to say all his vehicles are bad. I was like, oh my god, the Shermans in this thing are dead. But no, he's just repairing. That always fucks me up when I look in the upper right and there's no, like, tanks there. But no, it's just because the American hopped out to repair it. Where's the other Sherman? There it is down there. Okay. So, American, basically no infantry. Barton, meanwhile, has kept a lot of Folk Raiders alive. And that's impressive. He's got an M20. This Jagdpanzer... this Jagdpanzer has 2 kills. It's been there... Like, he fucking quick-tech to this thing. And it has 2 kills. Meanwhile, he's got a flak half track, which I guess he's kept up in the north to stop marauding infantry. That's a dangerous game, because he can expect United States tanks and stuff eventually. But he's also got a utility car here. Is he laying mines? That would be so sweet, but you don't have enough munitions. Sorry. You don't have enough Oberkommando. You don't have enough munitions as the Oberkommando to do that sort of thing. Okay, why is this radio net? The fuck is a radio net, and why do you get it? When do you get it? How do you get it? I'll click on the Jagdpanzer, so maybe next time it's got the crosshair above it, I'll check to see if it's got a radio net. Is a radio net just a new thing they added to this video game without telling me? That somebody gets, the Bulldozer Sherman gets? Is that, oh, maybe it's Vet 2. Fuck. Fuck. Get back in so I can check what Vet 2 does. Does this Vet 1 give you a radio net? No, obviously not. It gives you cautious movement. This could get ugly. Well, but not really. It's getting really close. It's not doing anything. Ah, there's a lot of infantry. So Barton... Oh, that got ugly. Body parts everywhere. That dude is missing multiple items of interest. It looks like Barton's going to be able to take this. What a bloody back and forth, knock down, drag out, slender tree fight, folks. The name of the game here is what weird teching choices, I gotta say. The Jagdpanzer super early, I think, served him well. The light vehicles, there's the radio net. Explain this to me. Oh wait, yeah, let's check the vet. Elite crews navigate with fire the main gun. Yes, okay, vet 1, thank God. Access to radio net, which increases the when allied tanks are nearby. Weird. What just happened here? Was that the little blew my own mind GG. Okay, so that's the end. He had a Sherman on the mine and the other Sherman on the mine, and the little tiny gun Yuda real MVP. Does it have a tank kill? No, it doesn't count. The mine gets the tank kill, but that was crazy. Wow, so let's analyze the teching, which is really... There's 3 things about this game. First, Barton's infantry preservation was just amazing. So, at least very, very good compared to once over all his guys are dead. So I think that's actually maybe what won Barton the match. The second thing is you notice back and forth all over the map, capping and decapping. If either one of the players had not had as good of game sense as the other one, if Barton had conceded the north too much, or not fought over this cutoff point so much, or if once over had not been so careful to keep this captured and to keep contesting the north, probably the game would have gone very differently and much worse for whoever was not paying as much attention to the resource points. So that's an important thing. And third, the weird fucking teching. I don't know if it's weird. It's too early in Western Front to be weird. But Barton went quick to a Jagdpanzer. Meanwhile, the United States got an M20 after the AA thing, hung around at light vehicles that long, and then rushed to Shermans. The Bulldozer at first, and then real Shermans and the Jackson tank. The real Sherman came last. Which to analyze first and why. So Barton, I guess the Jagdpanzer was sort of a response to the light vehicles he saw. Once you've seen your opponent dump that much into light vehicles, it's interesting that you go for a Jagdpanzer, except you don't really have a lot of other choices. You can go to Tier 4 and grab a Panzer IV. It's unfortunate that you can't hover over these things and see what they can build. You can go to Tier 4 and get a Panzer IV, which is actually probably a pretty good choice, except you have to go to Tier 4 to get it, and you got to dump a lot of fuel into Tier 4. Look, oh, you can hover over this. No, there's no Panzer IV. What the fuck am I talking about? It's a Panther. It's a Panzer V. But that's 80 fuel and then a lot for the Panther. So he did have command tanks in his future. That's 100. Jesus, I never noticed that. It's 170 fuel. How is that worth it? What does the actual Panther cost? I don't know. Probably expensive also. Yeah, it's probably expensive. But yeah, so you can't go the you don't even get a Panzer IV. You gotta go to Doctrine. So I would have liked to maybe see a Puma out of Barton because he was going tier 3 anyways. He didn't actually buy anything except the flak half track at one point. Puma probably could have done the job of the flak half track up north. I don't know. It's not good enough against infantry. But so instead, he already had his tier 2. So he could get the Jagdpanzer real fast. And so he just quick-teched the map, pretty much shutting down all the United States tanks. But the United States didn't care about its tanks being shut down. First, he wasn't teching his tanks first, and then he eventually got them. I don't even know what to say. I would have probably not gotten the M20 in the United States position. Maybe earlier tanks would have helped him clear out the Jagdpanzer. Really, it seems like the tanks just neutralized each other. The Jagdpanzer only has 2 kills. That's ridiculous. And this thing's got 1 kill. The Shermans didn't have a lot of kills either. I mean, the Bulldozer did rack up some eventually, but... Well, 32. Okay, that's a lot. So, I don't even know. Post your thoughts about the teching choices of both players in this amazing match. I'm still reeling from that off-map artillery that killed his own squads. And the name of the game, as always, my friends, is Infantry Preservation and jokes about small things. Bye now.